Hello everyone, it is I, the Oscar-nominated a-hole, the a-hole who is sometimes sort of a troll, and today I'm going to be talking about the negative influence of the media within the West, specifically in regards to film and television, and why it's such a big deal, and why is it that we need to fight back, and why we are fighting back. Now, if you are a subscriber of my channel, first of all, thank you, and if you're not, what are you doing? No, I'm kidding. Please do subscribe. You are probably, most likely, like myself, someone who has subscribed themselves to other channels who are fighting against this mainstream media bullshit, which seem to constantly tell us what movies are good and what movies are bad, especially in regards to if they are trying to push a political narrative. It seems as though great films in their own regard that have no political messaging whatsoever, such as Alita Battle Angel or The Cure for Wellness, or any really other number of movies that are really, really good that don't have any political message in them regardless. It seems as though the critics do not praise it, do not regard it as a really good movie. They think it's, either hypersexualized or just boring and bland and a reused trope. But it seems as though, in my opinion, that there's a little bit more to this, that there's something more in regards to the media. What are they trying to do? What are they trying to accomplish? Yes, they're trying to push Captain Marvel as the next leader of the next phase of the MCU for the next, 10 years? And why is it that they're trying to do this? Well, the MCU is currently the largest cinematic universe, and one of the most popular one, far surpassing that of Star Wars, which we can know because Solo bombed. But what is it? What is it exactly that the media is trying to do? What are they trying to push for? It's simple. Indoctrination. It is the only thing that they have ever wanted. It's what they seek more than anything else in life. Indoctrinate the young lives of today in order to ensure a better future for them tomorrow. And it seems as though we are the only thing that stands against them and our youth, and we need to fight back. Myself included, I am part of the youth. Technically. I'm in my mid-20s, and I'm trying to fight. Fighting the good fight, and I think that you and I are both trying to do that. We're trying to help young people see the truth. I've already planned that when I have kids, I'm not going to let them watch shows that are on television within the modern era, because it seems as though the media, Hollywood, and so forth and such on, are trying their best to totally corrupt them, to brainwash them. I'm going to let them watch really good shows that don't do that, like Batman the Animated Series, X-Men the Animated Series, Spider-Man 94. Let them watch SpongeBob, the first 4 seasons. Watch Teen Titans, the original, back in the 2000s. Really good shows with really good characters, strong female, strong male, not trying to win one over, no political messaging, just really good stories. And these are shows and such that both liberals, conservatives, moderates can all agree, really good shows. Again, has nothing to do with politics. It's just really good stories with really good characters. Now, what is it exactly? What is their end goal? What is what their desire is? It's simple. Entertainment is the thing that kids go to after a long day at school, and they sit down and relax and watch it. And we become what we consume. If you're eating like a pig, you will become a pig. If you are listening to garbage music, you will start thinking and acting like garbage. If you are watching garbage movies with garbage principles and garbage values, you will yourself become a part of that as well. The people you surround yourself with, if they're a bunch of dopes, you will become a dope. Therefore, that is why we need to fight for entertainment. I can't tell you how many times I go to college and I become borderline thundering, murderous rage towards my professors and their stupid lectures, knowing with almost every word that they come out of their mouth that they're wrong because I have done extensive research into things, because I am an independent person and I go out and listen to other opinions, and I have come to the conclusion in regards to myself that they're better and more right than my idiot professors. So I say, yeah, they're a bunch of dimwits. And when I listen to them, I just have to roll my eyes and say, I'll keep my mouth shut because I wanted to get a degree. But what is it exactly that all this comes together? Well, imagine you're a kid, you're raised up in a public school system, you're constantly indoctrinated by this SJW garbage. Then you go home and you sit down, you relax, and you watch SJW politically filled garbage. You go to college, completely overwhelming SJW political garbage, and again, you go back to entertainment that is completely filled with SJW political garbage. What do you get? You get kids who grow up to become these kids on college campuses now that are like, it's the patriarchy! Ah! And they're flipping out like a bunch of 2-year-olds screaming because their mom won't buy them candy at the grocery store at checkout, okay? Grow the F up, okay? Grow up. You are a freaking 20-year-old person. Act like it, okay? We need to fight. We really do. And when I say fight, I don't mean obviously physically. We need to fight with opinions, thoughts, logic, reasoning, evidence, facts. Because it seems as though the SJW, and more than that, we need to go out into the world and tell everyone about it. I try to do my part in my college. I tell people all the time. Before Captain Marvel's coming out, I'm like, hey man, did you hear about Captain Marvel? Did you hear what Brie Larson said? Do you see the numbers? Do you see the statistics? Do you see what this happened and this article and that article and how they're trying to bend this and twist that? And did you see Rotten Tomatoes? And did you see this? And I've been telling a lot of people, and there's actually been a couple of people that I've talked to, and now they're like, yeah, I really hate the direction that Marvel's going with in regards to Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. And I'm like, yes! And these are diehard MCU fanboys, too. And I'm like, yes, finally, a couple of people are seeing the light, because I've been trying to get it into their zone. And that's what we need to do. We need to go out and we need to talk to our friends, families, coworkers, and be like, nah, man, you don't need to be watching that. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? I mean, we don't need to tell them you don't need to watch it, but we need to be like, well, were you aware of this? At least let them be aware of it, you know? Because a lot of times people aren't really aware of this, and we need to let it be known. Like, hey, are you aware of it? So to end the video, I wanted to give a perfect example of this and how this time period has completely changed who we are as people. I mean, we're going to have PTSD for the rest of our lives because of this. I was watching one of my most obsessed, crazed, loved over films that I had as a kid, and it was called Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Hashtag Stand with Johnny Depp. And there's this scene, two scenes in it specifically, where, there's probably three, but two of them that I want to focus on, where when I watched it, I immediately had this reaction where it's like, let me guess, she's a woman, so they're going to have to talk about how she's a woman and blah, blah, blah. And they don't. And it was so refreshing. I was like, oh, thank you. We could just talk about the story and not about the politics. Oh, thank you. So there's this scene that Elizabeth Swann was elected to be the pirate king of the Brethren Court. Long story short, she becomes the leader, the king of the pirates. And after she's been elected, because of Jack Sparrow casting his vote in, the head of the Chinese pirates, this older Asian lady with her face painted like a geisha, I believe, a geisha. She stands up and she says, "Very well, Captain Swan, what say you, king of the Brethren Court?" And I was like, number one, I'm surprised that they said king because she's a woman and, you know, she'd be queen, right? And then I immediately thought, well, she's going to come up here and she's going to be like, well, I'm a woman, so technically I'm queen. I'm the queen of the Brethren Court, okay? I could just see like a Carol Danvers, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel type of response. But you know what she says? She goes, "Prepare your ships. We're at war." And I'm like, oh, thank you. You continue on with the story. You don't worry about politics. Thank you. And then, soon after that, there's this scene right before they're going into battle. They have this huge speech, and she tries to riles up the men on the ship, and they're all men, really. And she says, they will like raise their banner, they'll see our blood and what we shed, and they will know that we men died, blah blah. And she basically included herself and said men. She didn't say people, humankind, persons, men and women. She just said men. And it was great. And I was like, thank you. And there was no need to explain. She didn't have to say men and women. She just said men. Mankind. Thank you. Thank you so much. And when I heard it, I was like, oh God, here it goes, here it goes. And then I was like cringing, like I was ready to hear it. But then it never came. And I was like, oh, sweet relief. Sweet relief. So I think we have ingrained in us now almost this sense of, oh my God, here it comes. And then when it doesn't come, we're like, oh, thank God. Thank God. So anyways, tell me what you think about this. What do you think the media is up to? What do you think they're trying to do with Hollywood, indoctrinating the youth, as I would think? And the youth are extremely important. I mean, they're our future, they're our tomorrow, and we need to fight for them, especially our kids. I mean, if you have kids, number one, congrats. Number two, I can't wait to have kids myself one day. But if you have kids, like, you don't want them, I'm sure, to be completely indoctrinated by this type of stuff. Kids don't need that, they just need to have a fun time, and they just need to listen to wise advice, and they need to watch really cool shows. They need to, like, if they want to watch superhero shows, let them watch the good stuff, Batman the Animated Series, the X-Men Animated Series, the Spider-Man 94 Animated Series. I know a lot of people say the other Spider-Man series. I personally don't really care for it, but that's just because, I grew up with the 94 series. Very nostalgic to me. So, sorry. So it's just, it's just a couple thoughts that I've been thinking, and since there's been no real big news today, I thought I would talk about this. But tomorrow we get the second weekend box office numbers for Captain Marvel. Very excited to talk about that. Sorry I didn't post 2 videos today. Just been really busy. I worked all day. Tired. Pretty sure I cussed at maybe 50,000 customers because they all acted like a bunch of idiots. Oh my gosh. Anyways, tell me your thoughts down in the comment section below. Please like the video or dislike it, depending on how you feel, if you're triggered or not. And subscribe to the channel if, of course, you like to keep the fight a good fight and keep fighting against these destroyers, the virus of pop culture. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your day.